All right, Gamecock fans, got to catch my breath. That wasn't easy to watch. First drive started out great, go down the field, score, look good, and then all of a sudden we just went shaky. Uh, some things I kind of caught on. I was off definitely on my final score, but um, thoughts on the game. Offensive line still needs a tremendous amount of work. A lot of confusion. Um, Guys leaving the line to go block guys that didn't need block, leaving openings for um, Virginia Tech to get pressure on Lanorris Sellers. Virginia Tech played really well. Surprised. Um, I guess I would say surprised at how tough they really were. Now, South Carolina played better defense, answered some questions on defensive line and linebacker that a lot of people um, had prior to the season. That was a lot of the talk um, from a lot of people on how the defensive line and the linebackers will perform because of the guys we lost last year. Secondary had a couple issues there, but Virginia Tech really made some good plays at wide receiver. They also dropped some balls. South Carolina dropped some balls. Um, so both teams made some mistakes, some turnovers and that kind of stuff. South Carolina with the special teams touchdown on the punt return by Vakari Swain. What a call by Shane Beamer to back him up on the penalty and make him re-kick. Works out for South Carolina. A kicker just kicked it a little too far and away from his coverage, and Vakari Swain was able to return that thing. And we finally got to see Nyck Harbor get hit on a big pass. We've been calling for that thing for about 2 years now, to just send him down the field and throw the ball up to him. We didn't think any DB anywhere can hang with that guy. And he caught it and scored a 75-yard touchdown. Need to see some more wide receivers get involved in this offense. It's still kind of tight end. Throw the ball to the tight ends out of the backfield. Brady Hunt made some plays today for us. So overall, you win the game. You take it back to practice. You learn from the mistakes you made in this game, and you really just, I don't know, defense saved you. Lanorris saved you on some plays, but Lanorris also missed some plays too. But once you start getting pressured, how he was getting pressured, you tend to speed your clock up, and it doesn't always help. You miss some passes with that. But hey, Gamecocks won, 1-0. Move on to week 2, South Carolina State. But we've got to get improved before week 3, before we get into SEC play. We'll learn a little bit more about Vanderbilt next week when they play Virginia Tech, and that's going to be a tough game for Vanderbilt. They better not think that they're just going to walk over Virginia Tech. That's a tough team. Those wide receivers can catch the ball. There was a couple drops they had that I thought the guy had it, and if it wasn't for the DB ripping it out, Cisse had a couple of those where he ripped it where the guy was probably going to catch it had he not gotten a hand out on it. Kind of got dinged up on defensive line a little bit. We'll see how that works out, how South Carolina, Judge Collier walking around in a leg brace and on crutches. That does affect our DB room. But we got some other guys with some experience to get in there. You got 2 weeks to kind of practice them up. Like I said, you got South Carolina next week. You should be able to get a lot of young guys in and have them get a lot of practice reps. But hey, Gamecock fans, you tell me what you thought of the game. We know about the struggles in the middle of the game. South Carolina turns it on with a punt return and a big pass to Harbor in the fourth quarter, kind of pulled away a little bit. But it was a nervous game, more nervous than I think Gamecock fans wanted. I thought most Gamecock fans would have liked to have that be a little bit easier. But hey, first games, we know South Carolina's kind of been slow in a lot of these first games and kind of struggled a little bit. They got that under the belt. Going into a dome is not always the easiest place to play. If you've never been in one, I mean, it's like playing inside your practice facility, but about 100 times the size. So it will mess with you. Lanorris wearing the shield, I don't know if that affected kind of how he played, but he ended up turning it on. And he's still Lanorris Sellers, breaking tackles, making runs, getting first downs when you really need it. What do you say? That first touchdown, he broke tackles right there at the end of the game that kind of salted away for South Carolina. He was breaking tackles and getting first downs. And he'll learn. He'll learn. He'll get back in a rhythm, and I think overall, once we started getting into perimeter runs and kind of some screen passes, it opened up a little bit. Virginia Tech was stacking that box and stopping any kind of inside run we were trying to do. But we saw Sewell kind of break some, Oscar here and there. Nothing huge, no big runs, but quality runs when you needed it, breaking through the line, getting 5 to 10, 12 yards. Sewell with the one big run where we thought he came up a little bit short on the first down, but I mean, it was 2nd and 33 and he ran 31 of them. So that was his big run of the day. But we really got to get we got to keep the pressure off of Sellers. I mean, it's just hard for him to make throws and give these wide receivers time to come open when you got pressure in your face all the time. But he played an amazing game. That's all you can say. Defense played great. Tighten up the offensive line, figure it out, switch the guys out, put some guys in there if you have to. I know we had a couple injuries on that O-line. Hopefully not bad, just not able to play this week like Shed Surratt. We'll see how that goes. But overall, we take the win. We move on. I ain't celebrating yet. I'll celebrate once we get to a position where we think we can make the college football playoffs. Still, too many questions on the offensive line and the blocking to get too excited for Gamecock fans. But you celebrate the wins when you get them. This one was a hard-fought battle. You got to throw the respect to Virginia Tech. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. But all the respect to Virginia Tech. Wish y'all well for the rest of the season. Gonna be a tough out in the ACC for a lot of football teams, but I think they're better than a lot of people expected them to be, including me. But throw them the respect they deserve. We won. That's all we needed to do. Hope everyone enjoyed the game. Take a breath, and we'll talk about the upcoming South Carolina State game, and we'll talk more about our team this week. We'll do some breakdowns. I'll get a rewatch of the game, kind of see what went on there, what other than the O-line, were we not creating separation, just kind of, we were stumbling and bumbling there a little bit too, guys kind of tripping up. I don't know, just nervousness probably. Got to get your feet back under you, but we'll talk about it. We'll break it down. You guys come hang out with the Rooster. I always appreciate y'all. Peace. Have a great rest of your evening.